Hello folks, figured I'd do something different as I am currently still suffering computer problems, waiting on for the new one to come in the mail. But let's go a little history of the race car. This is MBM number 200. The only reason it's MBM number 200 because it came from SR2. Now that's not actually the chassis code. Now you may recognize this is the General Lee car from 2016. This is actually GEM 281, manufactured in January of 2009. GEM was, of course, Evernham at the time. Now this car, at some point, when Evernham went out of business, or merged into Petty, but this car at some point was painted in Turner silver. You can't really tell right there, but that's the Corvette silver that the Turner cars used to be painted, and it's got a Turner-esque front clip on it. This is one of the few cars that Derek White had bought for SR2, and when he left that team in the winter of 2014 to help form MBM with Carl, this is one of the cars that came over. It originally was a Toyota. It was last run on SR2 by one of the, I think Brett Butler, one of the Butler brothers. Had a black and silver paint scheme and had wrecked, I believe, Kansas or Loud. But Carl went ahead and changed it into a Dodge from a Toyota, because that had the old Toyota, the original COT Toyota nose. And then we didn't race it in 2015. It took us about all year to get it. It sat in the corner with the body hung on it. It took us forever to get it painted and put together. Took it as a backup car to Miami in 2015, and then we went to race it at the start of the year. This is, of course, the car Josh Reum hit Bubba Wallace on pit road with. We had some setup issues at the start of the year. If I remember correctly, like the sway bar Heim was hitting a bolt or whatever, or a control arm, and it was crashing, though it wasn't fully landing. Made for really erratic driving. We came back from the West Coast. That car was about undrivable on the West Coast. Came back, and then completely went back through it, made it into our short track car, and it was a halfway decent little short track car. Timmy almost got top 20 with it at Loudon. Had a real fast, ran as a starting park at Richmond, I believe, and a couple other races. It was a halfway decent car. Bristol earlier in the year, we had a radiator issue, burst the radiator in qualifying. And then, but anyways, then Brandon Hightower drove it at Charlotte, his third career start, first big track start, and of course, wrecked it. Pretty hard, overcorrected. Like fifth asphalt race or whatever, but got loose coming out of 4. Went to correct it like in a dirt car, and of course, radial tires on asphalt. Just hooked, hit the right front pretty hard, and that's one of the reasons we just stripped the car and put it in storage for forever. Just now getting it out of here. See, pretty much ripped the lower control arm out of the lower, moved this right here, broke the upper, broke the spindle on the car, and the tire actually folded up under right here. You can see where it hit. Killed the front clip pretty good, and he actually hit hard enough. Can't really tell, but that bent jack bolt is actually sitting where the 4 is buckled right here, and it's actually moved the center upwards. That's pretty much killed the center section on this car. And you see, and I believe that was out of the right front. That's how hard he hit. So I went ahead, cut the roof flaps out of it a long time ago. I believe they went on the old blue Dodge there that we ran in 2017. That was a real popular car. But yeah, figure do a quick little history on a race car that about to go to scrapyard. But yeah, kind of had a short life when it did race, which is unfortunate because this was one of Timmy's favorite cars that we ran. He loved this car on the flat tracks, so just unfortunate. But that was the death of a race car. I may do more of these little history of these MBM cars, but I figured I'd do this one because it's about to go bye-bye. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll eventually get back to doing normal videos soon. Thank you.